Mallala track day. Here we are in the pits, and we're ready. This is the very first lap we're ever gonna do in the Radical, and we are very excited. And oh, snap!
It was the mirrors. I couldn't see a thing. Both of the mirrors. I think there's someone coming. So we'll just take it easy. Yep. But holy crap, you can hardly see what's going on behind you when the mirrors are aligned. But driving around the track, people have got road tyres on their road cars, and this is cold slicks, and the track is cold, and there's a lot of moisture on the track, and it's cold because it's cold. So it's going to take a bit of warming up. So at the moment I'm friggin' sitting duck because I don't even know if people are coming up behind me or not, and I'm trying to be, you want to be fast so that people aren't coming up behind you, but I know what these cars drive like when the tyres are really, really cold. So I remember the first time I spun out. This is absolutely the first time me driving it solo. And it's a track that I knew. I've driven it previously in my Boxster one time. Well, not one lap. And I was given some hot laps as passenger by a professional driver in a GT4. Oh, here we come in. So we're going to... Mark's going to check the mirrors. I'm like, dude, I can't see what the hell's going on. Fix that, and going out and be able to actually see this time. And knowing that we've had one lap, I get a feel for where the track is at. A little bit more confidence. On this lap. But yeah, there was a GT4 Porsche, and I learned a lot, and it was so much faster. The braking was so much later and so much harder, and the cornering, I really got a feel for how to drive my car, and I really gave it a stick after that. So it was a really cool experience. So I do know my way around the track. Then we had a few laps in my current Porsche earlier until the brakes got way too hot, and just got familiar with the track, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be confident and comfortable enough to take passengers later in the day. At the moment we're doing laps around a minute 38, minute 39 sort of speed. We've got an optimal lap of a minute 36 in the session here. Taking things as easy as I can, getting a feel for how the car's working, but you can see a bit more confidence coming up in these corners and getting a bit more aggressive. This corner previously in my yellow Porsche had spun out like 2 or 3 times one day. It was quite a tricky one to master, and I'm not really that confident on it because it's kind of a blind corner. It dips off, and it's like the camber changes really quickly, the camber goes off. And then you've got another corner to set up right immediately, so something's got to sacrifice, and I'm not sure exactly where to sacrifice. Could definitely go a lot faster around here. This I was doing full throttle by the end of the day. Trusting the aero is the big thing. The brakes work just fantastically, but I was being quite conservative most of the time. very easy to get loose on the exit. Coming up to a bit of traffic. Didn't think I really passed people before, so just being a little bit cautious. And wait till I know that they know that I'm there. So apparently they can't see me. Apparently the car's too low for regular cars to even really see it. So yeah, I'm just on half throttle really. Cruising through. Zip out here for a minute. Should I do it? Should I do it? I don't know if he sees me. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I'm fucking it up. No, he didn't see me. Well, he shouldn't have done that. That was a bit of a moment. Those cars are really, really quick, so he probably wasn't even expecting anyone his speed. So we should be getting into lap times about sort of 121, 122. So starting to get excited now and get a bit of groove into it. A bit more pep in my step, a bit more confidence. Really picking things up. A lot more confidence in the tyres and getting more confidence in the aero. You can see it can cut through the corners quite nicely. Let's see how this straight's going to go now around these curves. This is scary as shit to be full throttle around. There's all confidence. And the G-forces around there, it's just you're holding on. And every time I got down to this corner, my visor would fog up because I would have this massive exhale. And, realize I'd been holding my breath for the last 5 or 10 seconds. You most definitely get thrown around. Oh, little bit sideways. That was a good one, wasn't it? A little bit of a twitch. I don't think we got it in this footage, but I did have a spin coming into this corner up here. Came up to the brake point, and I jumped on the brake quite hard, a bit harder than normal, testing, and it locked up the back brake quite quickly, and I did a 180. A lot more throttle on that this time, wasn't it? Surely could go around this one a lot faster with sharper steering. And this should be full throttle all the way through here as well. Yeah, it's quite exciting going around these curves at full throttle. So I just dropped off Catherine. She'd had 2 or 3 laps until she'd had enough. I was giving it death. actually. I did a minute 25, minute 28 with her in the car as passenger, so it was actually as fast as I'd gone for the day, which was quite cool to show off a little bit there. Turned out that hurt her ears, but so I'm going out again after dropping her off and end up doing a minute 26 and minute 27, which is the same speed as it was with her actually. But yeah, a bit more fun than I felt, that I had less responsibility to take care of. I presume the minute 26, minute 27 was around traffic too. I think I was actually behind this dude for a wee bit. I used to get eaten by these cars with my Boxster, these BMWs. Never even spent so much time behind one. They're usually just disappearing into the distance, catching them pretty easily here though. You can see I'm pretty much still just cruising. Feeling the need to smash past them or anything just now. See, I should be able to go full throttle around the corner once I get only just touching it. There's a bit of traffic ahead. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do with these guys. They're pretty quick, but you know, if they were that quick, I wouldn't be able to see them when it's going off. I think he chickens out, so I'm not sure. Okay, off we go. Free as the wind. It's incredibly windy. That's a really big deal. Like, it gets louder and louder and louder, and the air pushing on your helmet is really, really intense. Full throttle.
And when you're behind a car, you get all the debris from the tyres on your helmet. It just kind of like spurts up in your face.
Oh, that's that guy that spun out. I saw him earlier. So those cars were maybe a little bit quicker if they were driven well, but not around the corners. The corners with all the aero that we had, we were faster than those little ones. Pretty much the same motor, but they're even a smaller car.
And they would have spun out way more times than us.
Yeah. It looks like he's got more aero than us, by quite a lot. Look at that, that was a bit silly.
He was the fastest one on the track when I was watching, and you just passed him. That was cool.
See how the throttle goes this time. Oh, a little bit chickeny. Oh, chicken. I totally did do that full throttle somewhere along the line. Ah, that's right, and there was the thing.
Yeah, see? He spun out. It's just a caution.
Yeah, just for there. Oh, no, they red flagged it. That's right. All right, let's move on. They red flagged it, so everybody cruise back. Okay, out now for my final stint for the day. Got enough room for a few laps, so gonna give it what I got. Tires are still warm, everything's all pretty good. I'm definitely fatigued. It's been a big day and getting a pretty sore neck. You've really got to fight the G-forces in these corners and with the helmet. But this first lap we end up doing a minute 24 and then down to a minute 21, which is really cool. Experimenting a little bit in these corners over the next few laps as well. Bit more confidence getting it into speed out of this one. I think Mark spun out a few times on that particular corner, so I've been fairly easy getting back on the throttle there. Throwing it in a bit harder this time, and I believe we're coming up to what could be my quickest lap of the day, which is 1 minute 18 and 20 seconds. Ooh, that was nice. And then a little bit earlier apex, and then a diamond shape this time. I think I was going wide in earlier, but I did it like a diamond that time. Still could go in there a lot faster, I'm sure. It's just you can't see it. You don't know where you're at until you're there. So full throttle or a little bit off. Mostly though, that was pretty committed. Bit more convincing on my steering wheel too, so I'm cutting it a lot harder. At first I was turning it quite gradually, but this time I'm turning it a bit sharper and trusting that the front tyres are going to do their job since there's no aero at that speed. Bump, bump, bump. These are the laps that I'm looking at. It's still minute 22, minute 21 for the rest of the session. So yeah, pretty decent pace. A little bit of experimenting on lines, a little bit of experimenting on the throttle. I really just had no intentions of like crashing or spinning out. So just trying a little change here and there. and getting more confident with the car and the track. That was a lot quicker through there than previously, I reckon. This was always good to do full throttle around here. Once I realised you could do that quite easily, it was really, really cool. And always a lot of people on this corner looking. Oh yeah, look at that one. Oh, little bit too hot. Little bit too hot. I wasn't sure on whether to whip it around or just sort of go with inertia, so I just straight lined it. It was incredibly bumpy. Really, really bumpy. So that was me with the testing of the lines I was talking about. Didn't faze me though, kept it going, no worries. Did I mention it was incredibly bumpy? I think the car could have made it if I'd sort of got on the throttle and done the wheel harder, but I just, didn't trust it. It's still so much to trust because it's just so different than driving the car with no aerodynamic grip like this. You just don't know what it can and can't do until you've experienced it. That was a nice little dip. Get back on the horse and tackle this corner again. Nicely done. What a huge amount of fun this is. It's really intense. It's really hard on the body. And your focus, the amount of attention you've got to spend focusing on keeping it straight and going and supporting your own body at the same time. And then the wind on your helmet. Absolute full sensory experience. At the same time as obviously shitting yourself. So an incredible experience, an amazing day. Looking forward to Tailem Bend coming up in a few weeks.
And here are some happy snaps of the Radical, of Mark and Dean and their stuff-ups and their car.